This 1 Degree Outside video is sponsored by the Topsfield Fair, America's oldest fair. You can pre-order your admission, meal, and ride tickets today at topsfieldfair.org and join the fun October 4th through 14th, conveniently located on Route 1, just off of Interstate 95.
And as you know, we're so excited and so thankful to the Topsfield Fair for being our sponsor all the way through the fair, October 4th through 14th. So this is the Insights video. We're going to do the deeper dive into meteorology. We'll start out with the 14-day, though, and the chance of showers goes up at the end of this week on Thursday. It gets better for the weekend. And looking out to next week, there is opening day for the fair. The Topsfield 14-day showing you 70 degrees on next Friday. There is the chance that the showers of next Thursday hang on for some scattered stuff in the morning that'll be getting out. We actually don't think that's going to happen, though. And then as you get into next weekend, looks like generally 65 to 70, kind of a typical fall pattern where you could get a passing shower, but it doesn't look all that bad overall. Okay, meanwhile, in terms of the insights, the deeper dive, you can see down to the south, we've got what looks to be developing Helene. We think this thing will end up strengthening to a tropical storm and hurricane as it takes aim on the Gulf Coast. And here at home, you get showers as close as New York State, but they're not getting in here because high pressure, fair weather is anchored just to the northeast. That is giving us a northeast wind, which is off the ocean, but the air is dry enough. You'll be able to get breaks of sun between a lot of clouds, but nothing more than a sprinkle. That'll be the case again during Tuesday, a sprinkle here and there, breaks of sun between the clouds for us. And then by the time we get to Wednesday, the next disturbance from the west comes in, and that does the trick. That gets showers into northern and western New England on Wednesday. The rest of us may be an isolated one. Thursday is the day for a number of showers to come through. Here's that moisture from Helene. It does look like Helene may be similar to Francine of a few weeks ago, where it comes in, it slows, it nearly stalls, and it drops rain. What that would mean for us, though, if it does that, we end up with a pretty decent weekend with the moisture kind of staying away from us. You can definitely see that on the atmospheric energy plot as well. You can see a big disturbance of the jet stream level dropping in across the southeast, opening the pathway for the storm out of the tropics, especially with high pressure sitting just off the coast. Here comes the energy associated with Helene. These two end up merging because we've got a disturbance giving us our Thursday showers, but once that leaves, notice our steering winds are out of the northwest, not out of the southwest. We do not end up dealing with this moisture, at least not for several days, and that's why the next 7 days, the total rainfall is on the order of 3 to 6 inches in this entire area of the southeastern United States, with some spots 8 to 10 inches across some of the mountains of North Carolina and South Carolina. What we do end up with, though, is still this onshore flow the next couple of days, so notice the waves are still about 4 to 8 feet, generally 4 to 7 feet as we get into Tuesday. Once we get to Wednesday, it looks like that onshore wind continues out of the east. It gets lighter, but it's not like the seas drop significantly, and even by the time we get to Thursday, the wind starts coming out of the south, but it's still a wind. It still keeps things churned, so generally it's a 2 to 5 foot sea near shore, and just offshore you're 6 and 7 feet, and that's the case out to the fishing grounds as well. By Friday, it begins to come down just a little bit. High temperatures tomorrow for your Tuesday, stuck at about 65 to 70. Once again, as it's been, the mildest and best day will be across the Champlain Valley of Vermont. Tuesday night, where we can get breaks in the clouds, you get to the 40s. Most of us end up down to the 50s for lows. Wednesday, here are the showers in northern and western New England. The rest of us maybe a spritz of rain, kind of like today and tomorrow. You do the same thing on Wednesday. The temperature kept cooler by the clouds. Wednesday night, looks like we're in the 50s, but the rain is expanding. And Thursday, plan on showers. There'll be showers around, by the way it looks right now anyway. High temperatures stuck in the 60s as a result of those showers. Friday, we get improvement. And again, this is the beginning of a trend that takes us to improving weather for the upcoming weekend as well. A reminder that if you want to grab some of the swag and support us, you certainly could do that. And this is because you folks asked for it. We wouldn't have thought of it if you hadn't asked for it. But swag.1degreeoutside.com to buy your 1 Degree Outside merchandise. Don't forget to get the app too. Noyce's 1 Degree Outside weather app. I've got a pattern predictions. I'll look at why the 14-day looks the way it does for the next 2 weeks when I see you coming up in just a little bit at 1degreeoutside.com or any of our social media handles. The number 1 Degree Outside.